My name is Mary Nomura, formerly Kageyama, and I was born on September 29, 1925. And what else can I say but that I moved from Los Angeles as a little child to Venice. I left Los Angeles when I was about four or 5 years old, and we moved to Venice as a family, and I remember starting second or third grade or fourth grade around that time, because we had a large family, and my little sister just entered kindergarten. But I loved this change from being in the city of Los Angeles into the countryside of Venice. I thought that was really a great move. So I welcomed going to a smaller town like Venice, and where I guess it was started a long time ago, but I went there as a newcomer, and I really enjoyed that little country life, and made friends with neighbors, which I didn't have that experience in Los Angeles. When I lived in Venice, when I first moved to Venice, most of the area, I can't even say how many percent of that area, were run as farms by the Japanese growing produce for the market. And the one that was behind our house was a huge area, and was run by a Japanese family called the Kamibayashis, and they grew celery. They knew that we were quite poor, and they said to us, whenever you need something to eat, just help yourself on our ranch and get whatever you want. And I only remember celery, but I remember they're nice and fresh, and they were very kind to us. And to this day, I see the young man that was there at our reunions in Manzanar at Las Vegas, and we've been friends ever since. And I'll just never forget their kindness. We moved to Venice, and we were there for 9 years before the evacuation took hold of it. And so 1930s to 1942, we were at that Venice house. I remember the December 7th, we were listening to the radio, and we heard that Japan attacked United States, and we were shocked. It was daytime in the morning, I believe, real early in the morning. And then we were quite shocked and didn't know what to make of it. And then we went to school, and then there were all the children, and even the teachers were staring at us, looking at us like we were the enemies. And that was really hard to digest, to know that people took a different liking or disliking of us that soon, at that moment. We were the only Japanese people on that block, on that street, and felt like we were ostracized just because we were Japanese. But they were never, ever mean to us. They just didn't go out of their way to be kind to us or friendly. We got news about the evacuation through the newspapers, through the radio, and my brother, being the eldest in the family, he was our only guardian, and so he took care of everything that had to be done. And we just owe him everything, because he's the one who was our father figure. That's and Frank. He was only a teenager. And my brother Frank, and his middle name was Akira, and so I named my first son after him. He was only 16, and so he found a job in the nursery watering the plants. And that's the few dollars he made, he bought the food for us, and he paid the rent on our house, and kept us going until the evacuation, which I believe was a godsend for him, because he didn't have to pay for anything else to keep us alive. The evacuation order must have been quite earth-shattering for my brother and my big sister, but to me, I was just a naive little girl and didn't understand what it was all about. Whatever my brother said, whatever my big sister said, this is where we're going. And to me, I honestly thought it was a vacation, that we get to go on a bus someplace. I wonder where we get to go. And I was kind of like, oh, well, we get to go on a trip. I didn't have any idea what it meant to be. And I was 16, and I was really, really very naive. We were told that we should take warm clothing and wear boots and rough clothing, because it's going to be all in the desert. A bus that took us in a really old beat-up bus that everyone met there, where right now they have that little monument there that's where the people gathered. So we went there with our duffel bag or suitcase or or whatever, and even some people had little puppies or something stuck in their sweaters, and they were supposed to take animals, but some were able to, and that's how we made that trip from Venice to Manzanar, which is about, I think it was about 5 or 6 or more hours. It was a very boring, hot, terrible ride. Well, when I was a little girl, my mother was a music teacher, and she was teaching the men to sing Japanese-style narrative opera. This one the singer would sing all the parts of it, whether it be man, woman, or child, and narrate the story and sing the parts, all the songs in it. And my sister May and I would be sitting behind the door listening. And by listening every single day that my mother was teaching these men, we learned it. We memorized it. As I grew up, I kept singing no matter what kind of song it was, whether it be humming an opera tune or humming a classical music, which my mother always had classical music on the old Victrolas. And then I went to camp, and then they asked me to sing at some kind of initiation for all the faculty members of the Japanese that were in the camp. I sang a song, and the music teacher there was so impressed, he took me under his wings, and he used to leave the camp on weekends when he didn't have classes, buy me sheet music so I could learn all the latest songs, and he would encourage me to sing all these new songs, blues and swings and all that, and accompany me with anything that was happening in camp, whether it be a school program, a camp program. I even sang at weddings and funerals. And so, and since then, they start calling me the Songbird of Manzanar. And I don't know who gave me that sobriquet. It must have been the teacher, I don't know. But ever since then, that's what they've been calling me. But I call myself the Dirty Bird of Manzanar, or the Old Crow at my age.